Welcome everybody to SDMediaPros. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Here we go. All right. A lot of effort goes into this, and we appreciate your support. Please, this is a nonprofit organization, okay? Get involved. If you want to hang out and have some friends in the business, come on. I don't know where else. Obviously, I'm involved. Been here for a long time, and you know what? I'm a silo kind of producer. I live in my own world most of the time with my clients. So the opportunity to get out and meet and talk to other people and have backup and create friendships and then actually have somebody to help me when I need help, this has been so important to me for a very long time, and I'm so appreciative. So we're doing some fun stuff today. We've got the red going up here. We got a couple different other cameras. We're Facebook Live sending this out today, and we're also recording it for posterity, which no one will watch it. No one will ever see it. But one other announcement, and then I'm going to hand the mic over to Michael. And so June 2nd, we are organizing basically just a field trip, a carpool to Cinegear, okay? It's on Paramount Studios. Many of us have been before. I haven't had a chance to go myself. A lot of outdoor gear, a lot of rigging, that kind of thing. Not quite so much software like NAB, more cinema stuff, more rigging, that type of a thing, I believe. So I'm driving up. I have room in my car. I have room for 3 other people in my car. So if you want to carpool with us, great. We're going to send out a notice here pretty quick, because that's just right around the corner. Similarly, the way we notify you for everything else, there's a carpool place to gather right off the Highway 5, off of Carmel Valley Road, I think. It's right under the highway. That's where we started when we went last year in the nice motor coach up to Warner Brothers, but this time we're just carpooling. It's an early day. It's best to get there early. Parking's tough, so carpooling, we're doing the right thing by carpooling many people in one vehicle. So please figure out who's going. You have to get a ticket online. It's free up until May 25th still, so I think there's still opportunity for some free tickets to the expo. So do that, and so that's my announcement for that. Think about that, do that, and we'll let you know how that's going. So I'm going to pass the mic off to Michael Brueggemeyer now, and going to set us up for our amazing day of masterclass cinematography. Michael.
Thank you all for coming out. Sorry about the parking. And one of the rules on parking is if you complain about the parking, then you volunteer to produce this event next year. And we don't tell that to the people who are still late, because when they get here, they'll have to produce the event next year when they complain about the parking. The first thing I want to do is say some thank yous. The first hugest thank you is to Ross Callan, who is he's the digital media teacher here at Rancho Bernardo High School, and he goes above and beyond just teaching classes. He works pretty consistently to get professionals into his programs and in front of his students to get them some real-world experience. In addition, check out the studio. This is one of their cameras. This red camera is one of their 2 red cameras. Yes, all of us professionals are jealous of high school students. This event, I was searching for a location for this event for months. I could not find any place that would be willing to host it, which is crazy. I just wanted someplace who would do it for their own promotion, and I could not find a studio to say yes. And I was desperate, and Ross said, well, sure, absolutely, we'll host it. So, thank you very much.
No problem.
Additionally, I'm going to have you give directions to the restrooms.
Yes, I guess my teacher instructions for the day. I also want to say, thank you for coming out today. When Mike asked me, it was like, before he was done with the sentence, I'm like, of course, yes. And this facility is something I would love to interact with and get my students to interact with professionals, that sort of thing. So thank you for bringing this here for our students. Some nuts and bolts. Restrooms, primary. If you walk straight across the quad here, there's a building with windows. There's some doors on the right, men's and women's restrooms. They're open. The doors might not be open, but they're custodial open up for us today, which is great. Also, he asked, just remember, we're not smoking campus, all that sort of thing. So you got to go out to like CVS to get your fix if you need it. All right. So enjoy the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I wanted to breeze through this stuff quickly, but one of the things I can't. Our San Diego production community lost a titan recently. Bob Gardner passed away. Bob was the nicest guy you'd ever want to meet, and he also happened to be incredibly good at what he did. He won, I think, 28 Emmy Awards, which is crazy, over a long and illustrious career. And much of his career was doing the same kinds of things that you and I do. You're trying to cobble together stuff. Well, he did it at such a high caliber consistently that he made a remarkable impact on San Diego's production community, and we're going to miss him. There is a memorial service coming up for him, so look on Facebook for dates for that. And way to bring the day down. Okay, so here's how this is going to work today. We're going to have 4 presenters: Gary Mansky, Stephen Scavulli, Tommy Brown, and Bill Bork. 3 of those are DPs. One of them is a gaffer. The reason I want you to see a gaffer work is because a gaffer has to think in many of the ways that a director of photography does, and translate a director of photography's vision into equipment. Okay. The reason we're doing this, a long time ago I was up in LA and went to a seminar hosted by the local 600 Camera Guild, and they had seminars throughout the day by directors of photography who were some big name directors of photography. And what I came away with was a lot of learning, but also an understanding that they're trying to do the same things I'm trying to do. And it told me that I was working in the right direction when I saw other people who were doing really great stuff do it the same way that I would do it. Additionally, there were 2 DPs there who I won't name who had absolutely horrible presentations. Which taught me that it's impossible to be a good DP and a bad speaker. Our purpose of doing this is to get people into a room and learn about this stuff, but also get you guys next to each other so that you learn each other's names and work together to make our industry better. You're never going to get work from an enemy, but you will get work from a colleague. And if we're all colleagues, we're all going to be better off. Join San Diego Media Pros. The reason we are all members, if you look around at the members, the reason we're members is because it benefits us. It benefits our career. It's a good choice. Ask a member about how to join and why to join. Pull out your phones and like us on Facebook right now. Seriously, do it. Pull out your phones. Pull out your phones.
Let's do those.
And like us on Instagram and subscribe on YouTube and follow on Twitter. I thanked Ross Callan, but I have in my notes, thank Ross Callan and his students for helping us set up. And I wanted to thank Ross specifically for the AV nightmare that is what's going on here. We have, in here, you're going to watch him do this live, and you're going to see the camera feed on that monitor. In that room, there's a big old screen on the wall where you're going to see that camera projecting what he's doing, and then secondary monitors showing the camera feed. So Even if you're in that room, you're going to be seeing the same content, so you don't have to squeeze into this room. Except it's really, really fun. I want to thank Peter Kreklow for bringing the Fisher 11 dolly. Awesome dolly. And also a enormous light back here called a tenor, which we will, when you have breaks, you can walk back and look at it. We're going to use it during the third presentation with Tommy Brown. I want to thank Trevor Elliott. Where's Trevor? He's hiding outside. Trevor brought his grip truck. It's outside. Feel free to go. San Diego Film Equipment. And Trevor is the first person in San Diego to bring an Arri Alexa to San Diego. So he rocks. Yay. I want to thank Chris Speed, the art director, for installing and building and installing this beautiful set last night.
Nice.
I want to thank Micah Miner and Junfu Wei and all the other people who I don't remember their names to come out and help us on making this happen right in front of your eyes. And the board members of the San Diego MediaPros for their help in bringing this together. Micah, I need lighting help. So the first thing I want to do is kind of go over a very basic instruction of stuff. Some basic principles of lighting. Can we kill the house lights, please?
Yep.
Okay. So, just so we're all on the same page, this is all basic. If you've learned some lighting in the past, this is regular, boring stuff. A key light is the light that illuminates your face. It's the light that illuminates a person. The camera's over there, so go ahead and get a fairly tight shot of me. And say I'm an actor in a shot. This is the primary light that lights the face is a key light. The next light that you're going to want to use is a backlight. A backlight.
Can't do it all.
Don't go around that way. Come this way. Don't go around that way. Backlights will separate me from the background. Do you see that working? Is it a white background? Do you see this light working over here on the monitor there?
A little bit.
Okay. Okay. All right. And then a fill light would be in here somewhere to illuminate the shadow side of my face. Okay, so when you're lighting a person's head, those are the lights you generally think about. Key light, backlight, fill light. With any light, you can shine it direct on the person, you can shine it through diffusion, or you can bounce it. There you go. Put that right here. Here, hit that. There's a bounce light. Okay? It provides softer shadows, softer light.
That worked.
I've done this little presentation before. Micah, show a rim light. Okay, so back that way a little bit. There's a rim light. Okay. Now you can use this in a number of different ways. You can use it to light the face like this when I'm in profile. Tom, can you just keep that shot up on the... You can light this way in profile, or when the person's looking closer to the camera, it becomes an edge light and gives some ominous shape to the face. I use this on villains and people who I want to look tough. It doesn't work on me because I'm a doughboy, exactly. The amount of fill, keep that right where it is, the amount of fill defines your contrast. So if you watch the monitor, it's a very contrasty image, and you add light. Is it changing?
Yeah.
Okay. And you use contrast. Most people use contrast to kind of define what kind of movie they're in. This is a horror movie, right? This is a romantic comedy.
Where's the girl?
Wow, look, volunteers to produce the next event. There's two types of ways to measure light, and there are two types of light, basically. You can kill those. Let's put up the work lights again.
How's light?
House light.
Light?
Incident and reflected light. Incident is the light that is falling on me. Reflected light is the light that's bouncing off of me and heading to you. There's two different kinds of light meters. The light meter that you see where they hold like this, that's an incident light meter. It's measuring the amount of light falling on a spot. You use incident light meters generally for green screens to light them evenly. A reflected spot meter, or a reflected meter, is a spot meter that you go like this, and you're looking for individual spots to see what the exposure is in those points. What this means is Gary is going to be showing you a perfect example of reflected light. Okay, so this is the moment where Gary needs to step forward.